Hey everyone, Techo G here, representing those who are 40 and up who love their tech. And I want to make this quick video showing you some gameplay on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Now, as far as gameplay, I'm going to show you games being played on the screen and games being played with an actual controller. Now, if you do decide to get a controller, the best controller, period, out of any controller that you see in the market, best controller for this device is this controller right here. This is the GameSir X2 controller. And what makes this a good controller, it's direct input. So you put it on here on the USB Type-C port, and it's direct, so there's going to be no lag, there's no Bluetooth. You just plug it in, ready to play. The phone basically powers the controller. So again, you will get no lag during your gameplay, especially when you're playing intense fighters or shooters and you need precision on the buttons that you use. This has, again, no lag because it is a direct input. They do have a Bluetooth variant of this controller, but again, I suggest this one. The USB port actually swivels, so it won't break, and it will not be difficult to put the phone in because it swivels. Now, one thing I do want to mention, because of this rubber siding and backing, which keeps your phone secure when you have it inside of here, because you can expand it for certain sizes of phones. Now, for the Z Fold 3, from what I found out in using this, you would have to take any case that you have on the phone off in order to put the phone in the housing. However, I discovered this little hack where if you cut this part here and this part here of the rubber, because it doesn't come off, but if you get some scissors, you can just pry it a little bit and then cut it off. If you do that, and you have yourself a Samsung leather case, like this one is not too thick, you can actually put this in the controller and it fits just fine as soon as I get it. There we go. Oh, I got something on here. Oh, hold on. The pen. Take your pen off. You can still have this on. It's thin enough for it to still be on the phone. And as you can see, it swivels to get that nice little perfect fit. Come on now. And don't be shy. There we go. Okay, I had this down to a science earlier. Give me a second. I got it in. Expand it. There we go. And as you see, blue light comes on. The, again, phone powers, come on, the controller. And I can see the little square moving. That's me moving the analog stick. Awesome sauce. That is awesome. So again, if you have, or if you're going to download emulators and play emulated games from game systems from back in the day, old school, OG, then again, this controller works great because again, it's direct and it's no lag when you're playing. So I'm going to again show you gameplay using the controller and not using the controller. I'll also post the name of the game that I'm playing, and I'll also post the name of the emulator if you're interested in the emulator that I'm using. This is an older version of Uno, and certain older version games, the orientation or the screen it's not really compatible with the Z Fold 3. However, this version of Uno, this is great. Look at that screen size. This is great. And the processor makes it move makes the game move so fast. This is cool. Okay, let's hope I get it. Bam! Now this is Dragon Quest VIII from the Google Play Store. This one is not controller compatible because this is in portrait mode, and as you can see, there are some graphical glitches. At first you didn't see the black borders, but those graphical glitches disappear as you run the game. But works pretty well so far. Oh, I like this already. Usually the touch controller is on the left side, but since this is in the center, this is going to take away from some of the picture, from some of the screen as you play. Luckily, this is a turn-based RPG, so it's not going to really take up a lot of your space. Here's DQ8 or Dragon Quest VIII on the PPSS22 emulator, which emulates PS2 games. And as you can see, it looks fantastic on this really nice real estate. Graphical glitches in the back, it's all good. You can adjust that later. I just powered this on. First time doing this, looks great. And this is just a FMV full motion video. Oh, this looks so good. Running at, let's see, basically 60 frames per second. And it's at 2x resolution. This is great. Oh, and correction on the name of the emulator. This is the Daemon PS2 emulator, not the PPSS22 emulator. This is the Daemon PS2 emulator. Got some lip from people because they stolen code from the PCSX2 emulator for the PC. But for those of you who do have it, just letting you know, this works great on this phone. Okay, this is the ePSXE emulator that runs PlayStation 1 games. I really like this emulator, but for some reason the orientation does not flip over to the correct side, so I gotta use touchscreen for this particular game. Touchscreen for fighting games? Terrible. but just want to show you how cool this runs. Since this is PSP X1, it's going to run great. And this is the main for Droid emulator. You do have to set up your controller to use with this emulator. It does not automatically detect, well, some buttons, or a few buttons, but you can use the touchscreen as well. But for me, it's much better with actual controls, so I'll have to set it up later. I need actual controls. Still fun to play though, still fun to play, and it looks great on this screen. Fills it all up, wow. Really impressed so far, really impressed. Oh yeah, and with this emulator, you can resize the screen so that it can encompass the entire screen of the Z Fold 3. And since this is the Drastic emulator that plays Nintendo DS games, some games are touchscreen, and using the stylus with this works really, really good. Close too. Yeah, this was great. Very responsive, very, very responsive. And precise. And that concludes my video. I just wanted to show you a gameplay of just regular games from the Google Play Store and emulated games on emulators that you can also get from the Google Play Store on the Galaxy Z Fold 3, excuse me, and using a touchscreen with your fingers or the stylus, or using the fantastic GameSir X2 controller. Again, I believe this is the best controller you can get for the Z Fold 3. I suggest you get it. I will leave a link for this controller in the comment section if you're interested in it. It's getting a little bit more expensive because people are starting to realize that this is a really good controller. And I suggest you get the upgraded version, not the one with the buttons, but the actual D-pad, so you can get precise control. So that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. If you did, definitely leave that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends about my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video.